first couple of days after the Emporia game?
Monday was just kind of meetings and walk through and a little bit of what we're expecting out of you, what we're going to demand out of you, making sure we're getting right and doing things the right way and everything that we do. Yesterday's practice was, we went outside. I know we have the indoor facility, but we need some mental toughness and we need to get right as a team. So, we went out there and did that. And if they didn't do things right, we did some jump tucks. And it came down to any little thing that's stretching or individual drills, whatever it was, wasn't done right. We're going to do some jump tucks. So we're finding ways to get these guys right, get them to lock in and buy into what we're doing and making this important because, it is important. I mean, this is going to teach you how to be successful in life and how to overcome adversity and how to fight through tough times and, and just trying to be great. So, yesterday's was good. We'll find out what today's practice is like. So it'll be interesting. It went well. It was a lot of me talking and not them. But that's usually how it goes when you have a team meeting. The head coach talks and everybody needs to listen. And it was just, about the expectations that I have for this team. 4-2, 3 years ago, when this program would have been great. But 4-2 right now with our expectations is not where we need to be at. And it's just guys buying into what we're doing and making sure they're doing the things necessary to make this team successful, make themselves successful. And what I was going to allow and not allow. I told him, I said, I take the blame. Maybe I've gotten a little soft and have overlooked some things, but that's going to change today. And so we change those. I'm changing those things and making sure that they are being held accountable in everything that they do. And also our players need to hold each other accountable as well. Because sometimes we're not in certain situations, and that's where they need to overtake the reins and make sure guys are doing things right. And even in practice, they need to make sure guys are doing things right. And if you're going to be one of those guys that's holding people accountable, you got to be accountable yourself. And that was kind of the talk that we had. And this season isn't over. We still have a great chance to still win the conference. I mean, when you look at it, Northwest has lost the game, Pitt's lost the game. They're both sitting here 5-1. We're 4-2. If we can win out, there's 3 teams sitting there, with 2 losses, and we can still get to the playoffs because now we'll have the head-to-head on Pitt and Northwest. So it might be a 3-way tie from the conference, but we still get into the playoffs. So, I mean, it's still big for us. It's just kind of a meeting of, hey, there's still a lot to play for, and there's still things we got to get done, and hopefully we get those things done this week. Game 1, against Mo West was, just guys kind of doing their own thing, not running the right route or maybe throwing the ball a little bit high. Two of those 3 turnovers against Mo West was just guys, if they run the right route or they run the route hard, there's nobody there to pick that ball off. The one was Jake's fault. I mean, he'll own up to that one. Last week is, I was talking to Hickman about his fumble, the first fumble of the game on the 1-yard line. It was a kid trying to make a play. He's going to be tough. He's trying to get the ball in both his hands so he could reach across the goal line. Where I was like, well, when have I ever taught you, to do something like that? We're going to put our head down, be physical and aggressive. Because, Coach, I was just trying to make a play. And you get that sometimes, and you understand that. But, know the situation, too, where we're at and what we're trying to get to. We don't score a touchdown there. We kick field goal, and now we're up 10-0. And then Tigner's was just, no ball security. Just laying the ball out there, leaving, not tight to his chest and doing his own thing. So, those are things that we got to address. And to me, it's mental focus. At home, we've been pretty mentally focused. On the road, for some reason, our guys aren't. We do bed checks. We make sure they're in their rooms and doing things the right way. But, I can't stay up all night babysitting you and making sure you do things right. So maybe it's the things that they're doing when we go to bed as coaches. We don't know, but for the most part, we got to get them right on the road and make sure we start taking care of business. It is frustrating. I mean, last year, yeah, we did have Bama, but you still have to do things right to be on this team. And, we had Iheem, who was a tremendous football player, high character kid, came to practice every single day, was in the film room, was in the scouting report, asked a lot of questions, and when you get kids like that, good things usually happen, so we miss guys, like Iheem. And then our old line's a little bit depleted right now. We're kind of short. We're playing a true freshman at right guard or at right tackle that had a really great game last week against Emporia. We got 2 redshirt freshmen playing. We got a sophomore and a junior playing. So we're very, very young and very thin on that old line. And we've had to change the pieces to the puzzle quite a bit. And that's hard to do on that old line when you're really trying to gel and make things happen. Just the communication side of it is so big. But it is frustrating not to be able to get into the end zone. You know, we've been there, kicked a lot of field goals, haven't been able to execute it, and then turning the ball over in the red zone as well. I mean, you look at it. We've turned it over 5 times in the red zone. 5 of our 8 turnovers in those 2 games are in the red zone, and those cost us points and those cost us the game. So we got to lock in a little bit more and go make the plays, or not make the stupid mistake that cost us points. Yeah, you gotta make it happen. You know, they're gonna play a lot of man coverage. You know, so we got to win the one-on-one battle, and that's all there is to it. And our quarterback's got to put the ball in the right spot, and you know, we got to be able to run the ball inside the red zone as well to really get those safeties to bite down and help keep our receivers open. So, you know, it's gonna be a struggle. They're great on defense. You know, their D line is strong, physical, powerful. They're great in the secondary. Their linebackers are fast and big. You know, so you know, we're going to have a work cut out for us offensively, and you know, it's just taking care of the ball. You know, if we don't score touchdowns, we got to at least get the dang field goal. But you know, we need to find a way to get it in the end zone. You know, we just got to keep working on things that we're working on. I think if you change too much, now your kids get confused. They're just now really starting to pick up what we're trying to get accomplished so far. So if we get too much in depth and do too many different things, they'll just confuse themselves and then be lost. So, you know, basically it's just we got to play physical. You know, we got to get off the ball. We got to understand, you know, where the mic is. Understand, you know, where their strongest defensive lineman is as well, and just make sure that we're playing physical and just getting after it every single play. And I think that's where we lack right now. We just don't get after it every single play. I think we have some kids that take some plays off, and when that happens, that's usually when we have a turnover, or you know, quarterback gets sacked, or we get flushed out of the pocket, or whatever it might be. So, you know, really, we're not going to change much up. We've got some plays that we think are going to work against Pitt, and you know, hopefully they work out for us. If not, we'll change the game plan a little bit. What we have right now, we think is going to work well. I think it's just the fast tempo that they had. You know, you try to emulate that in practice. If it's too hard when you got a scout team, because you don't have enough guys to run 2 offensive huddles. So you know, just getting that tempo. You know, calling 2 plays with your scout team in a game in practice is kind of hard because they don't remember the second play. You know, most of the time. But I think it was that. A little bit of a lack of communication. You know, really it was just, you know, the 2 big plays were just, you know, 2 assignment busts is all it was. And, you know, we do our assignment in both of those. You know, we still win that ball game. But, you know, it's just guys trying to make plays, guys trying to get better, guys trying to make things happen. And the thing is, you know, when we get down a little bit, we stress a little bit now and kind of panic. And, you know, we got to get out of that panic mode. We just got to stay calm, stay collected, and know that we're a good football team and we're going to get the job done. So, but yeah, it just came down to big plays. It is, you know, especially, I don't know, you come into the season, you had high expectations of the way things are going to go, but plans always change, and things always change, and you gotta overcome it and move forward and look forward. You know, like I said, you know, a couple years ago, sitting here at 4-2 right now we'd be excited to be at 4-2. Where now it's kind of, you know, that's not where we should be or where we want to be, and you know, it's adversity. And how are we going to handle that adversity? How are we going to get through it? Are we going to fight through it and do things better than what we've been doing them, which I hope our kids really do. And that goes to everything, whether it's film study, whether it's scouting reports, the way we practice. You know, they got to do everything better. And, you know, that's what we're really pushing this week of, you know, really improving, you know, the way we practice and improving the way we do things. But, you know, right now you just got to look at it as we have to go 5-0. You know, usually talking about 1-0, 1-0, you know, 1-0 each week. Where right now it's not like that. It's 5-0, you know, to win the conference, and it's 5-0 to get in the playoffs, and that's all there is to it. After that, you're just playing for pride. So either you're playing for pride or you're playing to get in the playoffs. Which one are you going to choose? So hopefully they choose the playoff one, not just the pride one. So we'll find out with this game coming up. They're good. You know, I still think they're really good players. I mean, they run the ball well. They manage the offense very well. You know, and, you know, Pitt State's a heavy run team. You know, they're going to try to control the clock and keep your offense off the field. And but, you know, those other quarterbacks filling in, I mean, you know, Roderick's a very strong runner, powerful runner. These other guys maybe aren't as powerful, but maybe a little bit shiftier. But they still do some great things and make some great things happen as well. I mean, they've won, even without Roderick, with these guys, you know, back at the quarterback position, they've won ball games. So, you know, I can see it going either way. I mean, they're still going to be good. They're getting more confidence each week as they play. So, you know, I expect those guys to be even better this week. I guess. I mean, when I played there, you know, and Coach Ike played there and Coach Harris played there, it's you know, it's got a little extra something to it. But then when you look back and say, well, Washburn too, and You know, I coached there, and Coach Harris coached there, and you got Coach Dudley played for me there. You know, so you're kind of going. Those are two big ones right there. You know, and I think any in-state game should be a big rival game, and you know, because we got to win those to help in the recruiting process as well. So, but yeah, this is a big one for us, and I think it is. It'll come more of the rival game than it used to be, or it used to always be Kearney. You know, but I think that more your in-state stuff should be your rival games because those are the guys you're competing with week in and week out in recruiting and then through the season to see where we're at and just kind of where we're at as a team too, because they're all very, very good teams in our schools in the state. So it's a big one, and I would call it a rival one. So let's go get after it.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but at the same time, my main goal is to have a winning season here and, going out on a good note. And, this week is beating Pitt State, so that's my main priority right now. And, they're a great football team, so just keeping everybody focused in that, and, that'll all come if it comes. So, yeah, absolutely. That was one of my main goals coming into, the school here is that I wanted to, set goals and, try and reach those before I left here, and I feel like I'm doing a good job of that. And obviously I can't really do that without my teammates and stuff like that. So I've been blessed with everybody around me, and the coaches giving me the opportunity to do all these things. So it's been fun. Yeah, that's just what's killing us right now is to turn the ball over, and I'm part of that too. But and getting in the red zone, I guess like UCO and stuff, and not putting points on the board, that's it's just killing us. So. It's just something we got to emphasize and just know, like, if we get in the red zone, we need to come out with points. If a field goal or touchdowns, we want touchdowns, but you can't go down there and go 80 yards and not come out with points. So, that's just one thing we got to get better at, and hopefully this week we can end up doing that because we're going to have to. No, I can't really put a finger on it of why it's happening. It just does, and I don't know if it's because we weren't focused. I mean, against Missouri Western, I had 3 picks and stuff, and 2 of those were tip balls, and I had another one against Emporia, and it's just like stuff like that. It's just like, come on, like we just need to catch a break a little bit. But sometimes it happens. It's just like one thing happens and another, and it just keep getting deeper and deeper. So sometimes it's hard to crawl out of those things. But the point is to not make those mistakes, and you'll be fine. So I thought we did a great job last week of moving the ball. We just turned it over and didn't score points when we got in the red zone. So, just got to get better at it. Yeah, just a little bit. Obviously, he was really disappointed in the fumbles and the pick in the red zone as well. But that's just a thing we got to work on. I saw Tig in school the other day carrying the football around for class and stuff like that. So stuff like that. It needs to get embedded in our brains that we need to take care of the football, and then good things will happen. So. Anybody, I think if Alabama turned the ball over 4 times in a game, they would probably end up being a dogfight too. So, it's just tough, and we just got to fix those mistakes. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I hope everyone's a little disappointed and frustrated in themselves. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. On that bus trip home was probably the longest trip, even though it was probably our shorter one so far. But it's just a grind. I hate going through a whole week of practice, and I thought we had a really good practice last week, and not getting a reward for it. That's what really bugs me. And so, I hope everyone looks himself in the mirror, like Coach said the other day, and really sees what they want to do for this team and what they have left. Because I'll tell you right now, I got Wyatt's a senior with me too, and I'm gonna give him everything I got. I'm not leaving here with on a bad note. So I'm gonna do everything I can to get us up in the top spot and put us in the best position to win. Yeah. Then again, how many more opportunities do we need? And not blow it. We've had our destiny in our hands the whole year so far, and we've let it slip from us twice, and now we have another one. So, I mean, Pitt's a great team. We just gotta, find a way to get in the end zone again, and it's gonna be a dogfight. I told the guys this is like the Alabama-Auburn game. It's like the Iron Bowl and stuff. So it's gonna be really insane. This is probably the hardest game of the year for sure, and they're a lot better than they were last year, so it's going to be a dogfight, man. And I hope everyone's on the same page and understands that, and that we got to play really good. Yeah, I think so. When I came here my redshirt year, everyone was talking about it beforehand. I had no idea. So then I think that was the year we went and won there for the first time. It was 6-9 or something like that. And from there on, I just feel like there's been total bad blood since I've been here, and so it's a different feel to it. I know people in the stands can maybe like see it, but when you're out there, it's just everyone hates each other, and then it is what it is, and that's football. But uh, compared to every other week, this is the one where you wake up, everyone wakes up on Sunday, crawling around, on both sides. So, you know, um, just hopefully we get the dub, man. Yeah, it's fun for sure. At the end, whatever happens, happens. But it's all love for each other. But during those 4 quarters, man, it's hell, and I can't really explain it, man. It's a dogfight, and scratching, clawing, bleeding everywhere. It's gonna be fun. So I hope everyone's looking forward to that because that's how the game's gonna be. I think their D line is really good. Um, I think their secondary, they play a lot of man coverage because their D line does a good job of getting to the quarterback and the running backs before their guys can go, the receivers can go deep and stuff, so they don't ever worry about it. I think overall they're solid. So I mean, obviously I think they're 5-1 or whatever it is, and they're top dog in the conference with Northwest for a reason. So um, you know it's a tough team, man. Yeah, especially we just got to know that we got to get the ball out and find the guys in open space and get them the ball and see what happens. Make them tackle. Um, like you said, their defensive line and their sacks total is just crazy. So we just got to find a weakness and exploit it. And I think so far at the game plan, we're doing a good job. And we're out here yesterday. It was freezing, probably one of the coldest practices I've ever had since I've been here. And so I think we did an okay job, though, assignment-wise, and knowing what was going on, even though, like, the ball was on the ground a little bit. But, I think we're doing a good job so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think the motivation has changed at all. With Northwest beating Pitt, that really opened up the conference. It's still anybody's. You know what I'm saying? Us being third, and then Pitt and Northwest being both 5-1. It's really anybody's conference right now. Oh yeah, for sure. Two slip ups. We can't afford another one. But so from now on out, the rest of the year, I was telling the guys, literally every game's a conference championship. Because we can't afford to lose another one. So that has to be our mentality throughout the next 5 games. Oh yeah, Pitt State's that's my favorite game of the year every single year. It's physical. It's a lot of trash talk, and it's just fun. That's why you play the game for games like this. My freshman year of high school, I'm from Blue Springs. I went to Blue Springs South. We play a team called Blue Springs. It's the biggest rivalry in the city. That's when I first experienced like my first true rivalry game. And I come here and I get the exact same feeling. Just around the team. It's just a different sense of urgency throughout the week because this is the rivalry game. This is the one that everybody wants to see. I'm not gonna lie, for a quarterback, that guy runs hard. I remember last year, I remember hitting him because usually you hit a D lineman hits a quarterback, they go down pretty easily. I remember hitting him and I felt it a little bit. I'm like, okay, he runs hard. So when you hit him, you definitely got to bring something. He runs like a running back. So I definitely respect that about him. But with Pitt State, they want to try to be more physical than you. And I feel like the best thing that we are defensively is physical. So I definitely think it'll be a great challenge for us. Oh yeah, for sure. They think they got this great defense, and I think our defense is pretty dang good. So it's definitely motivation for us. I mean, for me, I feel like there's always a point to which you need to climb. What you need to try and hit, but I feel like we're definitely getting more physical as a defense. I think physically UCO was probably our best game. But we just got to keep getting better every week. It's pretty much the same thing. They all throw and they all run. So I mean, it doesn't really matter who's back there. The offense stays pretty consistent. Definitely as you get older, you start to learn things. More film. You notice more tendencies. You just learn how to keep your body, right, and you just little tricks of the trade you learn throughout your years here.